So the reveal of Kurt Angle's secret text messaging has been revealed on Monday Night Raw. And yeah, I'm not going to brag, but I nailed it. I told you, don't doubt me. He does indeed have an illegitimate son. And actually, I heard it was illegitimate child originally. And his illegitimate son is Jason Jordan, who was on SmackDown but is now being moved to Raw and is set to receive a major push, you know, as being the son of Kurt Angle. Now, a couple things I want to clarify. Number one, I saw a lot of people in the comment section saying CM Punk. CM Punk is not coming back anytime soon. CM Punk is in court right now with WWE. WWE and CM Punk are in court in real life, not a storyline. They're in court. There's lawsuits going around. CM Punk's not coming back anytime soon. Don't hold your breath for that one. If I find out something different, I'll let you know. But until this court case gets wrapped up, forget CM Punk ever coming back to WWE, if it even happens. I think he'll come back one day, but it ain't going to be him. Also, the Dixie Carter rumor was really hot because she appeared on the network for the Kurt Angle documentary. And that's a good theory. But no, I had heard last week that it wasn't an illegitimate child, but I didn't know it was going to be Jason Jordan. Now, it's interesting because Jason Jordan, first of all, let's clarify this. Jason Jordan is not really Kurt Angle's son. This is fake. This is a storyline. Jason Jordan, first of all, his real name is Nathan Everhart, all right? Or Everhart, Nathan Everhart. He's not related to Kurt Angle at all, but he has a very similar face to Kurt Angle, so that's why they picked him, I suppose, because he kind of sort of looks like Kurt. Plus, the idea behind all this is that, well, it's been kind of known that Kurt Angle is, you know, how can I put this? Kurt Angle likes, you know, it's been kind of a joke for years, but it's not really a joke. Kurt likes his dark-skinned ladies. He likes the black girls, you know what I mean? He used to date Raka Khan in TNA for a while. They had that storyline with Sharmell, which was a work, but it was playing up on the fact that Kurt likes, you know, his dark-skinned ebony beauties, which I kind of agree with. So, you know, it makes sense based on Kurt Angle and his history. So that's the big story, that Jason Jordan is Kurt Angle's son in storyline. Set to get a big push. No word on the Triple H stuff. Don't even know if that's still the plan, to be honest. I know that Kurt is probably going to wrestle at some point very soon in the next year or so. I think he's going to wrestle unless something bad happens, so look forward to that. But who will he work, and where is this storyline going? Don't really know, but the whole thing is going to be about Jason Jordan getting a big push now, which means that Chad Gable's going to be staying on SmackDown, and he's going to be, I guess, a singles now. American Alpha has been split. So, I know some folks don't like that, but, I mean, what can you do? What can you really do? Now, the other big story coming out of Raw was that in the main event, which was Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, the winner gets Lesnar at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship. The match went to a no contest because Braun Strowman came out and pretty much laid everybody out. So, that tells me that they're probably going to go with a four-way at SummerSlam. Now, on the post-game show on the network, Kurt Angle said that he's not even thinking about that right now because he wants to talk to his son, blah, blah, blah. So they're playing up that whole, like, you know, father-son biological reunion thing. But that next week on Raw, he's going to announce who will face Lesnar. So it sounds like they're probably going to go for a four-way. I don't know this to be true, but the fact that Strowman laid everybody out tells me that it is. Lesnar versus Strowman versus Joe versus Roman Reigns. I like that match a lot. We haven't seen Lesnar in a four-way, like, in quite some time. I mean, the last multiple-person match he had was at three-way at Royal Rumble, and we saw how awesome that was. You know, the idea of all four of these guys, these big, huge, tough guys going in there and beating the heck out of each other, I love it, and I think it'll be a good little four-way. As of right now, the plan to put the belt on Roman is still planned, okay? They still are planning to put the belt on Roman, but I think they're doing the four-way so that way we don't have to have Roman beat Lesnar. I think the idea with the four-way is whoever gets the first pinfall is the winner, unless they go with the elimination thing. So Roman can pin Strowman or Joe and become the champion. And then Lesnar can be protected, and they can say, well, he never got pinned. Which, again, they sort of did this kind of with WrestleMania 31 when Seth Rollins cashed in and pinned Roman. Same principle here. I don't know if they're going to do that, but I think that makes sense going forward. And then, of course, I wonder where that's going to go. You know, where is that story going? Or maybe they'll put the belt on Joe. From what I understand, the reason why they're taking the belt off of Lesnar is not because they're mad at Lesnar or because, they don't think he's successful as champion, because he is a great champion. It's mostly because they want to have the Universal Champion on the road with them all the time. This idea of Lesnar showing up every 3 months and, being kind of a part-timer with the belt, it is a little bit passé. I kind of agree with them on that, even though I wouldn't have taken the belt off of him this soon if they do it. It's one of those things where that's why they're doing it, because they want to have the Universal Champion on Raw and on the house shows. Like, that's really what it is. They want to keep the championship moving, kind of like what they did last year, with Kevin Owens having the belt and so on and so forth. Very similar thing here. So there you go. But as of right now, the thing about WWE is shit changes week to week. So even though Roman was planned to win this thing, they may have changed their minds on it. Maybe they will give it to Joe, because I think Joe's had a really, really good run this year. Had great matches all throughout the year. He's looked great. He's gotten himself over. He has an aura. So maybe they will put the belts on Joe. But just the idea of a four-way I think is great. And I think that the Roman Reigns-Braun Strowman feud should continue. I like this feud a lot. These guys have wonderful chemistry. Whether or not you like Roman Reigns is irrelevant. They have great chemistry. They have great matches together. And I like the fact that they're really protecting Strowman. Strowman is going to be such a huge babyface when they actually go ahead and put out more merch and things like that I think this dude's definitely going to have a future in the company. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have for you here in this quick little audio update, I guess you can say. Kurt Angle's son is Jason Jordan. And again, remember what I said about CM Punk. That's wacky. We'll see where it goes, but as of right now, it just means he's going to get a push. And if he doesn't get over, then they'll probably kill the Angle and forget about it. Because they've done that before. Remember, Edge and Christian were brothers in storyline, and then later on they became, quote, best friends. That was a retcon. WWE's not afraid to do stupid retcons like that. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you guys later.